Hello, everyone. My name is Karen Weaver, and I am delighted to be here to talk to you about my new book, Master Gifts: Permission to Live Without Fear and on Purpose. And in this book, I talk about my 7 master gifts that has helped me to create a life that I love, living every single day authentically, aligned with my purpose, and ebbing and flowing and transitioning and not having fear surrounding that, which means that my experiences throughout life are heightened. I've experienced things that I could never have foreseen or dreamed of because I had the courage to walk forward into everything and face it aligned with these master gifts. So what are these master gifts? They are mindfulness, knowing, intention, love, gratitude, forgiveness, and belief. I started writing these books back in 2016, 2017, around the beginning of that. And this stemmed from a question that I kept being asked was, Karen, how do you do life? You're building a publishing empire. You just seem to be on this amazing flow, manifesting amazing things. And you're a mum of 6. Like, it just blew people's minds. But it didn't blow my mind because I had done the work. I had faced every struggle with a growth mindset. I had taken every step with absolute faith that it was working towards my intention. And I learned to say no to the things that were not aligned with my intention, because when you say yes to something your heart's a no to, you're doing a disservice to yourself, but also to the other person or the thing that you have said yes to whenever your heart's not in it. I discovered that when my heart's in something, loving intention is the super fuel for success. And when you use that, you will get results so much more quickly. And being a mum, I know how to access pure, beautiful, divine love really easily. And so I leverage that, and it just seemed to become natural and be like a superpower for me. And when you're vibrating on that level and emitting and so focused on where you're going, but bringing everyone with you, you just attract the most gorgeous people into your life. Whether they're ahead of you on your journey, whether they're behind you on the journey, wherever you are on the trajectory of the scale of what you're going towards, we can all learn from each other. I learn so much from others as well. And it's because I'm so focused and know what my next step is. I know what I'm working towards, but I don't get overwhelmed by the it's so big. Whenever you think about it, you can just get overwhelmed. So when you focus on the very next step, that's when life can be just so much more. Because when you put that energy and trust and have faith in the knowing that this is your next step, magic, that's where the magic of life is. That's where it happens. And that glows from you, from every orifice, and it's just beautiful. And I live through that every day. Well, nearly every day, because I am human. There's days where I have to close over the diary and just go for a beach walk. And that's okay. Everything can wait. Because whenever you are in a day where your vibration's a little lower, you don't want to be putting that energy into something. You want to go and recalibrate, process whatever is coming up for you. And you know, don't bed it down. You need to process it, release it, and then come back recalibrated, renewed energy to your whatever it is your next step is. Because I will guarantee you that when you are stepping towards your intentions, and if they are big intentions, you're going to get big challenges. And there's always a struggle before the breakthrough. And so many people abandon the quest that they're on because they're in a struggle period, when a struggle period is actually a time for you to pause, for you to know that you've done everything that you can to set the ball in motion. And you're just kind of like pausing, recalibrating, reconnecting with your family because you may have been distracted with your intention, all different things. It's actually a period to read and fill your mind full of motivational things, like my book. That's what the struggle period is for. It's for that period of growth. And when you honor that and when you show up for that and when you allow it to be, it's actually, you learned that it's one of the most beautiful periods because you get to go a bit slower. You get to recalibrate. You get to declutter. Like there's always a lot of decluttering when you're when you're going so fast, you don't have time to declutter. So do your decluttering, yes, in your physical house, but also in your mind, and let go of that doesn't serve you moving forward, because you need to let go of it, because it will pass on to somebody who needs it, who it's part of their next step. So don't, because how is the magic supposed to get in if you're so full and at capacity? You need to declutter as you go along. And the quicker you're manifesting things, the more you're going to have these struggle periods. But, and I know when I get that feeling in my tummy and the ground feels a little shaky under me, go, okay, let's get down to, just let's take a moment here to see where we're going. And I definitely go inwards. I definitely take time where I can visualize my beautiful intention that I've set, so that it feels close to me and I know it, I can feel it closer. I feel the breakthrough is imminent, and so I never abandon it. So that's really important part of creating your best life. What is it that you're working towards? Everybody has different things as well. So you just really need to know what that is for you. There's no limits. You can go as high as you want, but know that when you set intentions rather than goals, you will achieve so much more than you could ever have foreseen when you first set the intention, because the journey will bring opportunities that you could never imagine ever experiencing. They will come from left of center. They will come as inspired thoughts and opportunities that you need your peripheral vision on for, to be able to see them. You need awareness to be able to see them. So let's talk about my 7 master gifts. What are they? And how can you incorporate them into your life? Okay, so my first one is mindfulness. They are mindfulness, knowing, intention, gratitude, love, forgiveness, and belief. Okay, so mindfulness is where you become more mindful of yourself and what you're experiencing in life. And whenever you start to become more aware of the energies around you, the signs, you know, you can ask for a sign and say, right, I need guidance here. Universe, send me a sign. You need to be mindful enough and aware of yourself and your surroundings to be able to identify that sign. So many people are so linear and just are so focused on each step towards their goal. They miss the peripheral, they miss the signs, because they're so laser focused on the next step that is set out for them. So all the energy goes into that. But when you're mindful and aware, you're going to see the serendipitous things. You're going to really, your energy is going to guide you in different ways. People are going to show up that you need along the way, and you need to be mindful to be able to identify that. So many people miss those opportunities because they're not on the spreadsheet. Okay, the things that are going to get you there faster and at the highest rate possible and with the most wonderful experience along the way are not going to be on your spreadsheet. You can never foresee them. So you need to embark on the journey, and it's not up to you. When you set an intention, it is not up to you to control the how. It is up to you to be mindful enough to know, to identify an inspired thought and an opportunity that is aligned with your intention. That's a lot, but as humans, it's actually quite simple when it becomes part of your habit, of your daily being. You end up being it. It ends up becoming part of your DNA and who you are whenever you live through it. And yes, you're going to have to do it with effort for the first while. I always say, especially for the first 24 days, or 21 days, which is 3 weeks, because it takes 21 days to get a habit in motion. And so when you do something really mindfully for 21 days, it becomes more subconsciously a thing that you do without having to put so much determined effort and discipline behind it. So I really encourage you to do a 21-day habit challenge for yourself so that you can change that habit and create a newer, renewed. It just makes it easier for you to manifest. Okay. So knowing, what is knowing? Knowing I just love and adore. I actually released these books individually as I was writing them. And when I was finished them all, I reflected back, and because this book has my 7 master gifts, so it's each book all together. But in the individual books, I invited 5 guests of people who do mindfulness in motion, people who do knowing in motion, who live through these things. And in my Wonderful Knowing book, which is my most popular one, the wonderful Elizabeth Gilbert came along and shared a chapter in there, which was just magnificent. But knowing is trusting yourself and trusting that you are the avatar. You are the one that is guiding the boat, and all of the answers are within you. They are not outside of you. The answers are within, and then we lean outward for the support to make it happen. Why would we give our power to somebody else? I just don't get it. Why do we give our power to somebody else so that they can answer our questions for us? Our questions are divinely answered by our inner self, because our inner self works 100% for us. Okay? Think about that. Our inner self, our compass, our guide, when you get to know them, they work 100% for you and you alone. So they have your best intentions at the core. So that is what you need to show up for. And your knowing will align you with that. So what is a knowing? I say, well, once we set our intention, a knowing is a 3-step process. So an opportunity or an inspired thought will come to you. We have over 40,000 thoughts a day, probably more, whatever it is. There's a lot of thoughts. How do you manage that? You don't need to manage that. You don't need to be overwhelmed by that, but you need to be able to identify the ones that ignite something within you. So that's the first step, is an opportunity or thought will ignite something within you, and you go, oh, okay, because you've been mindful, you're aware. And then the next step is you ask yourself the question, is this aligned with where I'm going? And you will feel that. You will go, hell yes, if it is the hell yes. And when you do that, you will have to action something, and it's going to take courage to action something. And you need to go, hell yes, and action it straight away. The universe loves speed. It doesn't want you hanging around. It wants you to action it straight away, and then it will deliver the how to you. And you need to trust and have faith in that, okay? Now, if it's a, oh, I don't know, or if it's a no, you need to turn it down straight away. But you need to identify if it's fear that's deviating you, because in this book, we're giving you permission to live without fear and on purpose. So you need to be able to identify fear when it crops up and go, oh, there you are, my friend. Hello, I hear you, I honor you, but just take a step to the side. I want to try this out anyway and see how we go. And that's how you honor fear and move on past it, okay? Let it become a spectator. Way down in the back of the bus. You're driving the bus. Okay, so after knowing, there is intent. Now, my year of intent, as I said, I'd done my books over 7 years unknowingly. I only identified that after I'd finished them. But my year of intent was my $1 million year. That's how powerful intent is. I didn't know whenever I set out on my year of intent that it would be so powerful. But wow, it was just so powerful. So I was writing this book over my $1 million year, and intention is something we need to do. And as I mentioned earlier, intention is different than goals. And yes, I set goals in life, you know, but I set more intentions than goals, because goals require you to to focus on the steps towards the goal. Wonderful, very linear, but and gets results. But it means that you're micro-focused on each step and you're not going on a journey. And it's the journey where the growth is, where the wholesomeness is, where all the experience is. So I want you to set an intention as big as you want it to be, as big as you can believe it to be, because belief is a big part of this, and you'll hear that later. But I want you to set an intention that is as big as you can believe it to be right now, and just have trust and faith and allow it to go out there. And I want you to visualize what that intention is like every single day. I want you to visualize it, being in that. What is it like? Have a dream about it, daydream on it. What is it like to have received that? And trust and have faith and be mindful that of the opportunities that are aligned to that, and say hell yes to them and make it happen. Go on the journey. You're going to experience things that just light you up, that fill you full of so much love and light, and any lessons you have to learn so that you can grow into the person that receiving your intention is the very next step. Any growth, you're going to go through struggles, but approach them with a growth mindset. That challenge is there for you to conquer, to come through the other end, and be triumphant. So see the message in it, learn from it, and then you will achieve quicker, because the quicker you come through your challenges and grow, the quicker the next step is receiving what it is that you are on the quest to receive. Like I set a huge intention to build $1 million press. I went on the quest, and I could never have foreseen the adventures I've had along the way. Like I've won amazing awards. I've signed amazing authors. I've written and published so many of my own books along the way. I've traveled the world. I've hired castles and hosted retreats in them. And like these things don't happen unless you embark on the journey. And it's just magic. Magic. Like the chapters that I've written in I've experienced life so much, and I'm not even 50 yet, and I've done it whilst having my beautiful babies. I have 6 children. So if I can do it, there's no excuse you can do it. Where there's a will, there's always a way. Okay, so after intent, there is love. And love is at the center. It's book number 4. It's at the center of this series. It's at the center of these 7 master gifts, because love is at the center and at the core of everything. When you harness love, I want you to just sit and just really feel into it. If you come to my website, you will find a meditation that will guide you to how you can activate love in your heart. It's a free meditation. I call it mindful moments, but it will draw you in and help you to activate your heart and love and that energy that can emit from you, that can make the most beautiful, divine things happen. And we are human, and sometimes things happen and we protect our heart and close it off a little. And it really takes courage to go and get that back and pursue things with that open heart. And even I have to go and listen to my own meditations, or I've done other meditations with other amazing, great leaders that just help me activate it. And when you lead with love, you will be rewarded. So just know, love is one of the highest vibrations of all. Okay. And then that's followed by gratitude. Gratitude, wow, it's a life hack. If you can learn to be really grateful every single day, morning and evening, you will see an immediate shift in your life within a week. Just by writing down what you're grateful for, by identifying the good things in your life. No matter how dark your day is, and we've all had dark days, I have too. But whenever you're able to see that little snippet of light and be grateful for it, that light will get bigger and bigger every single day. So you need to be grateful. And one of the big hacks with gratitude is, if you're grateful for what it is that you want to receive before you've received it, you're bringing it in quicker. You are on that vibration. And it's all about being on that frequency, that vibration, because we are energy. One of the things we need to understand in life is that we are energy. The trees around us are energy. The sea, everything is born from the same essence, which is energy. Energy is at the core of your microcells. That's what's fueling you. That's what's making my eyes blink right now. That's what energy is, everything. That is what you're feeling from me, is my energy. And that's what you can use as a gauge. Is Karen authentic? Is Karen, yes, Karen is just showing up as her, sharing what she has learned so that you can benefit from it, because it's so much fun. We need to prioritize joy so much more highly in our life. Okay. So after gratitude, which you're now doing every day, mindfully, maybe in a habit, 21-day habit. If you're going to do a habit, that's a good one. Then there is forgiveness. Now, when I done my forgiveness year, wow, it was a whopper. It was the biggest learning. I thought I was all forgiving. I thought I was a forgiving person. But what I realized was that I forgive, but I don't forget. And so I went on the journey that year to realizing it's okay to not forget, because it's part of my story. It's part of who I am right now. So but it's important that I forgive, because I'm not forgiving for someone else or for something else. I'm forgiving for myself so that I can release myself from the shackles of the past, of the pain, to do the healing, to move forward and move through to beyond forgiveness. And do you know what's beyond forgiveness? There is peace, harmony. Just you rise above it. You rise above anything that it is that has held you back, that's holding you down, because that energy will hold you down. It's darkness and it will hold you down. So you want to get above the line. You want to rise above it. You want to forgive with all of your heart, that no matter how bad it has been, you want to forgive. Not for them or for the thing. You need to forgive for you, so that you can move on into your future, which you deserve. You deserve only the best. And you need to give yourself only the best, because you need to show up for you first, so that you can then give the best of yourself to others. And if you're a mother, you need to hear that more so than anything. You need to give yourself the best first, so that you can give the best to your children. Remember, our children learn from our actions more than they do our words. Our words are just nagging. They will learn more from our actions and how we show up and the actions we take in life. They learn from that more. So it's important that you're mindful of your actions and what you're doing. Are you just being a martyr to life? Are you giving up on all of your hopes and dreams? You don't have to. You just need to adjust them slightly to align with now your new values of parenthood. You can have it all, and you should have it all. But if you're not compromising your values, then you're never compromising any of yourself in the quest of what it is that you want out of life. You're not sacrificing any of yourself, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Okay, and then after forgiveness, there is belief, and belief is a super fuel as well, because if you don't believe in yourself and your ability to achieve something, I believe in you. You can borrow my belief in you, because I know, because I was there. I didn't believe that I could write a novel. I was really bad at English in school. All of the things around me said, no, Karen, you cannot write a novel. That was society was like, you never studied English, you never done, whereas I did have a story to share, and I had a passion to share that story. And so when it showed up and slapped me right in the face and said, Karen, you've got to share this story with the world. You've got a message to share. So for 30 days after the audacity of me, because I had just had my fourth child and I was breastfeeding her, she was 4 weeks old, and I decided to do NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. And I wrote a 50,000 word novel in 30 days. 1,667 words a day. Now that journey, it shows you that I never focused on the 50,000 words. I only ever focused on the next 1,667 words. And I achieved that every single day with missing keys on my keyboard. But the belief was gifted to me by a friend in a conversation that we had at a park. And I don't think she'll ever know how profound it was. We were having a play date at a park, and she told me that she had been writing to heal, to share her story, but she never planned to publish it. But that she had written 50,000 words already, and that blew my mind. 50,000 words. She gifted me the belief that it was possible. And because she was such a great mum, and you can still be a good mum and do this. And when the signs started coming, I couldn't ignore it. And I had a really powerful story to share. And I wrote it in a fictional novel, like a fictional novel. Where did that come from? But I allowed it in, and I took every step and I conquered it. And I believed that I could do it because I know that if I set my mind to something, I can do it. And the way was showing. I just showed up every day and it set the intention to write 1,667 words every day. And even the story came to me. I didn't worry about where the story is coming from. I just showed up. But every day in my subconscious mind was collecting the next day's 1,667 words because I had that intention and I was gifted with the content. And that book, The Visitor, was a catalyst into publishing because my studies are in humanities, not in publishing. But I show up for story every day because our stories will help us to heal, connect, and ignite something that's in someone. It'll share knowledge. It'll help someone else on their journey. Books are so important. Stories are so important. And that's why that's my super fuel. That's what motivates me. So the thing is, what is yours? What are you passionate about? You will find what brings you joy. You will find your purpose in that. And you just honor it. And whenever you do, you're going to feel so aligned, so beautifully aligned that life will just flow. And people will ask you, how the hell do you do life? You do so much and you're just in flow, aligned with your purpose and living fearlessly. And that's how you will find your master gifts and identify them and make them happen in your life. So I hope that you enjoy the book. Thank you so much for inviting me to share my knowledge. I know I've went over time, but I hope that you capture the essence and the gold that I've shared today and that you feel it's of value. And I would love to hear from you. So please come to www.kpwofficial.com where you will find lots of content. My TEDx talks are there, those recordings are there, the mindful moments are there. There's lots of content on there to come and explore and just see how I can serve you in life, okay? And I hope that you enjoy the book. I would love to hear your feedback. A review would be magnificent. And again, thank you. So take care, and I look forward to hearing from you.